All right, let's get right into it. We hear all the time about the incredible things AI can do, right? But today, we're talking about its secret, unavoidable weakness, the fact that it just makes stuff up. And this isn't just some funny little quirk. For any business out there relying on AI, this is a massive, fundamental risk.
So, to put this all into perspective, let's just start with a simple question. How much do you think one single error from an AI can really cost a company? What's the actual bottom line damage?
The answer, $100 billion. No, that is not a typo. It's a mind-boggling number, and it represents a very real, very painful financial disaster.
And the crazy part is, this isn't some made-up scenario. That is the actual amount of market value Google lost in one day. All because its Bard AI confidently got one fact wrong during a live demo. It's a terrifying, perfect example of how one tiny AI mistake can blow up into a massive financial catastrophe.
This brings us right to the heart of the matter, the AI hallucination problem. It's that dangerous sweet spot where an AI's complete, unwavering confidence runs smack into pure fiction. So what exactly is an AI hallucination? Well, think of it like this. It's when an AI spits out an answer that is completely, totally wrong, but it says it with the same authority and certainty as a proven fact. The confidence is the key here. There's no, I think maybe. It just states the falsehood as truth. And just to be super clear, this is nothing like a human hallucination. That's about your senses, right? Seeing or hearing things. AI hallucinations are totally different. They're constructed lies, basically. It's the result of a computer program trying to guess the most statistically likely answer, not the most truthful one. This really gets to the core of the problem. You know, researchers asked ChatGPT for a specific person's birthday. And what did it do? It just invented answers. Not once, but it gave 3 different, completely wrong dates and delivered each one like it was gospel. The AI literally doesn't know what it doesn't know. So that leads to the obvious question. Why? Why does this happen? Why is an AI's default setting to just guess instead of saying, hey, I don't know? Well, let's unpack the common reasons. Now, on the surface, the reasons seem pretty simple. AI models are built to predict the next word in a sentence, not to actually understand truth. So when they get stuck, their programming just tells them to come up with something that sounds plausible. Plus, the way we train them often rewards them for just giving any answer at all. But believe me, that is not the whole story. The real, and frankly much more troubling issue, is a fundamental trap that's baked right into how we test and measure how good an AI is. The system itself actually encourages these models to lie. Okay, check this out. This table shows the wild math behind the problem. In most AI tests, a right answer gets a point. A wrong answer gets 0. And saying I don't know also gets 0. So what does that do? It creates this bizarre incentive where even if the model is only 1% sure it's right, the math says it's still better to guess than to just be honest. We have basically taught our AIs that it's always better to take a wild guess than to admit they're stumped. And this is where things get really interesting. This isn't just about bad training habits. We are talking about a fundamental, unavoidable, mathematical truth about how these systems actually work. Yeah, you heard that right. Groundbreaking research from OpenAI has proven that hallucinations aren't just little bugs we can squash later on. They are a mathematical certainty. It is an inherent, unavoidable feature of how today's AI models are built. We can manage them, but we can never, ever completely get rid of them. And the proof boils down to 3 core factors that we can't get around. First, there's something called epistemic uncertainty. Basically, the AI can't know things that were rare in its training data. Second, model limitations. The way they're built means they literally can't represent certain kinds of knowledge. And third, computational intractability. Some problems are just mathematically impossible to solve perfectly. Any one of these is enough to guarantee that errors are going to happen. Okay, so this brings up a pretty logical question, right? If we know this is a problem, then surely the newer, smarter, more advanced AI models, they've got to be getting better at this. They should be more accurate. And you won't believe this, but not always. This is what's called the complex reasoning paradox. As these models get more powerful, their hallucinations can actually become more elaborate, more detailed, and way more convincing. They use their superpowered brains to build better, more believable lies. And for a business, that's a huge risk because the mistakes get so much harder to catch.
And get this for a perfect example. A top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art model was asked a dead simple question. How many D's are in the word DeepSeek? And it failed. Over and over. With total confidence, it gave answers like 2, 4, 7, and 3. The correct answer, of course, is 1. It proves this flaw is still there, even in our most advanced AIs.
So we've established the problem is real, and it's not going away. Let's pivot back to what this all means for you. In the real world, what are the actual, tangible risks for businesses that are jumping on the AI bandwagon? Well, the danger isn't spread out evenly. Hallucinations are most damaging in really high-stakes fields like legal and medicine. Think about it. A single made-up legal case or an incorrect medical diagnosis can lead to absolutely catastrophic results. These are fields where you need 100% precision, and that is exactly where AI can fall flat. For any business, really, the dangers fall into 3 big buckets. First, you've got the erosion of customer trust when people catch your AI feeding them bad info. Second, there's the massive risk of your own team making critical decisions based on data that was just completely fabricated. And third, you've got new cybersecurity threats, where hackers can actually force your AI to hallucinate to mess with your systems. So, knowing we can't just get rid of this problem, what do we do? What's the path forward? Well, the strategy has to change. It's not about trying to build a perfect AI anymore. It's about intelligently managing a flawed but powerful tool. The good news is there are powerful ways to lower the risk. You've got strategies like Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, which basically forces the AI to stick to a set of trusted facts. Or you can make the AI show its work, using something called chain of thought reasoning. All of these are about putting up guardrails, not trying to fix the unfixable. And this all leads to the single most important takeaway from all the research. The goal should never be to replace your human experts. It should be to augment their judgment. Think of AI as an incredibly smart, incredibly fast, but sometimes unreliable intern. One that always needs a human supervisor. Which leaves us with one final thought to chew on. We now know for a fact that this flaw isn't going away. It is a mathematical certainty. So the only question left is a practical one. Is your business ready? Are you building the systems, the processes, and the culture you're going to need to manage it?